مدال قدرشناسی و افتخار در دستان شهروندان نورت شور که با تلاش خودشون جامعه بهتری ساختند. با حضور نماینده مجلس از ناحیه نورت ونکوور در سالن دلبروک سنتر مراسم اهدای مدال چارلز سوم به شهروندان نمونه انجام شد. به گزارش کامل ما توجه بفرمایید.
Good afternoon, bienvenue à tous. Welcome to this King Charles III Coronation Medal ceremony on behalf of the Government of Canada, recognizing some very special community members for their dedicated service to North Vancouver, to British Columbia, and to Canada. My name is Cynthia Bunbury. I am Jonathan Wilkinson's constituency director, and I will be your MC today. I would like to recognize that we do have many important dignitaries in our audience today, but we do have some representatives of the municipalities and the province here with us. We have Susie Chant, MLA for our east side. We have Bowen Ma, who is MLA for the center of our riding. We have Jessica McElroy representing the City of North Vancouver. Thank you very much. We have Mayor Mike Little representing the District of North Vancouver. And of course we have Jonathan, but we'll get him up here in a minute. A couple of housekeeping items, if I may say. We have an official photographer in the room who is going to record everything for us. We also have a videographer who's doing a bit of work for us here too. So we'll be able to share all of this with you. You don't need to rush to the front and take pictures if you'd rather just sit quietly. But you are certainly welcome to take photographs as long as you're not blocking other people's view, please. We will provide an opportunity for individual and group photos at the end of the ceremony. So we'll be able to set this up for you, and you're welcome to come up and take more photos. And we also have a number of staff who are here to assist you if there's anything that you need during the ceremony, because I know this will take time. It's a little bit like a high school awards ceremony where we have a lot of people to get through, but everybody deserves their moment in the sun. So if there's anything you need, we have several members of our staff at the back. We have Evie and Liam and Bonnie at the back. We have Galare and Jill here at the front, and myself. Please just find one of us and we'll assist you if it's needed. We have a lot of people to recognize today, and so after Jonathan comes up, we ask that as we call your name, you make your way to the front as quickly as you can. No running allowed in the aisles, however, and that you will be standing with Jonathan at the center of our area here so that you're most photographic, and I will be reading each person's biography, and we'll be obviously celebrating. I would ask that you wait until the end of each biography to applaud for the individual who's receiving their medal. And now I would like to invite Jonathan Wilkinson, please, up to the stage so that he can provide a few words of welcome.
Nice to see everyone. I was a little worried if we'd let that music go longer, there'd be booing in the audience, so I'm glad we got that off. I think I saw the mayor of West Vancouver come in just a minute ago. Yes. And of course, Councillor Don Bell, but he's here for something else as well. So, but it's nice to see so many local officials that are coming out for this event. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Je suis très heureux d'être ici avec vous. I know many of you, but not all of you, but I am Jonathan Wilkinson. I am the Member of Parliament for North Vancouver. And I certainly appreciate everybody taking the time to gather here. It is certainly a great privilege for a Member of Parliament to be part of the recognition and the celebration of the outstanding contributions of the individuals in this room to our various communities. It is also, I think, important, as Cynthia did, just acknowledge that this event is taking place on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Musqueam First Nations. The tradition of coronation medals dates back hundreds of years, serving as a way to mark the beginning of a new monarch's reign and to honor those who have made meaningful contributions to the fabric of the tapestry that is Canadian society. The King Charles III Coronation Medal continues this legacy, celebrating individuals who have dedicated themselves to the betterment of communities, be that their local municipality, their province, or their country, uplifting those around them and inspiring others through their leadership and their service. Today, we recognize the incredible efforts of individuals who go above and beyond and make a difference, whether through volunteerism, through public service, or professional achievements that strengthen the fabric of our society. These contributions are a reminder that it is people who build strong, compassionate, and thriving communities and countries. For the sake of time, there are a number of recipients today. We have had to condense many of the nominees' biographies, but please know that you can find the full biographies by following the QR code that is in your program. So thank you all for being here to celebrate and honor these deserving recipients. Let us take this opportunity to express our gratitude for their dedication and their commitment.
So now I have a lot of notes that I have to read because a lot of these people have done amazing things, and I don't want to miss anything. We are going to proceed in alphabetical order. We didn't want to rate anyone in any other way. And I know that it would have been great to start with Z for a change, but we're going to start with A. So may I please have Troy Abramatis come up to the front. Troy's journey is one of resilience, reconnection, and community empowerment. A survivor of the 60s Scoop and a proud member of the Nlekapamuk Nation and Lytton Indian Band, Troy's early experiences of displacement fueled his determination to reclaim his roots and uplift others. Returning to his home community, only to witness the devastation of the 2021 wildfires in Lytton, he stepped forward to guide recovery efforts, serving on the Lytton Economic Development Corporation board to help raise funds and rebuild in a way that honored cultural traditions. Beyond his community work, Troy is the visionary founder of Indigenous Survivors Day, a nationally recognized event that celebrates the strength and contributions of survivors. And he serves on the board of the National 60s Scoop Healing Foundation. With over 2 decades in real estate development, including leadership roles, Troy has integrated his sustainability, community needs, and Indigenous cultural expression into transformative projects. His story is not just one of survival, but of transformation. A reminder that it is possible when we reconnect with our communities and embrace the power of resilience and hope.
Great.
Mariam Antikci. Mariam Antikci is the co-founder and chief technology officer of EcoAsian Innovative Solutions, Inc., a cutting-edge North Vancouver agriculture tech company that integrates robotics and artificial intelligence to revolutionize sustainable farming practices. Immigrating to Canada at just 16 with her parents, Mariam embarked on a transformative journey that led her to earn a Bachelor of Applied Science in Engineering Physics at the University of British Columbia, a foundation that has propelled her innovative career. Despite facing the challenges of a progressive medical condition, she has continually turned adversity into strength, demonstrating resilience and a deep commitment to making a difference in Canadian agriculture and beyond. In 2010, Mariam co-founded EcoAsian with her husband, Dr. Saber Minra-Smiley, creating solutions that empower Canadian greenhouse farmers through early detection of crop issues, reduction of chemical usage, increased yield and quality, and enhanced environmental sustainability. Mariam's contributions not only support local farmers, but also advance sustainable practices on a global scale, embodying her belief that innovation, resilience, and community care can drive transformative change. Thank you. Carl Archie. Carl is a Secwepemc leader from the Musqueam First Nation who has overcome early challenges of poverty, colonization, and the residential school legacy to become a force for his community and Canada. He has played a pivotal role in shaping Indigenous participation in critical negotiations, coordinating his nation's involvement in the Columbia River Treaty, the first time Indigenous nations were included in an international treaty talk, and securing the return of over 3,000 acres of land through modern BC treaty negotiations. With an undergraduate degree in economics and current pursuit of a chartered financial analyst designation, Carl's career spans significant roles on national and regional boards, including the BC Hydro Aboriginal Steering Committee and the InBC Investment Corporation, as well as participation in global forums where he has advocated for First Nations rights. Deeply rooted in his cultural heritage, Carl remains a fluent speaker of Secwepemc Sin, his native Shuswap language, and is recognized as a knowledge keeper in areas such as salmon, fishing, and Columbia River affairs. He continues to work tirelessly to create positive change, driven by a commitment to honor his roots and build a better future for his community and his nieces.
Way to go.
Farad Banizaman Lari. Farad is an accomplished emergency management professional with master's degrees in disaster risk management and river engineering. His passion for community safety and problem solving was instilled early, rooted in the displacement of his family following a devastating earthquake. Before immigrating to Canada, Farad was instrumental in disaster risk management initiatives in Iran, designing emergency water supply plans, developing flood action strategies, and implementing public safety protocols. His work with the Red Crescent Society of Iran, along with his numerous publications and conference presentations, highlights his commitment to training communities in disaster preparedness. Currently, Farad serves as the Emergency Management Coordinator, Dam Safety, at the Water Security Agency, where he focuses on protecting public safety and managing critical infrastructure. In addition to his professional role, he volunteers with the North Shore Emergency Management Team and contributes to the Canadian Red Cross. Farad's blend of technological expertise, resilience, and dedication to community empowerment makes him a respected leader in the field of emergency management.
Just a little bit. The light's kind of coming in.
Just step forward a little bit, gentlemen. Yeah.
There we go.
God, thank you. Don Bell. Don Bell has dedicated his life to serving and uplifting North Vancouver, leaving an indelible mark on our community's tapestry. With a distinguished career in public service, he has held multiple pivotal roles, serving as alderman, councillor, and mayor for the District of North Vancouver, as well as trustee and chair of the North Vancouver School Board. Don further extended his leadership as a board member and vice chair of the Greater Vancouver Regional District, and represented North Vancouver as its member of Parliament. Today, his commitment continues as he serves as a councillor for the City of North Vancouver, consistently working to better the lives of local residents. Beyond his governmental roles, Don has been a passionate advocate for community enrichment and inclusivity. He contributed his expertise as a former member of the Tourism Vancouver Board and played a key part on the original 2010 Winter Olympics bid committee. His dedication to sports and youth development is evident in his service as honorary chair for the BC Special Olympics and life memberships with the BC Youth Soccer Association and the Canadian Soccer Alumni. Don demonstrated his commitment to all generations throughout his life. Recognized for his distinguished service with the Freedom of the District of North Vancouver Award in 2008, the Canada 125 Medal, and the Queen Elizabeth Silver Jubilee Medal, Don's achievements and unwavering dedication continue to inspire and shape North Vancouver. Sergeant Retired Monty Black. Monty is a lifelong North Vancouver resident with a deep commitment to service and a distinguished record with the Canadian Forces. Growing up in the Blue Ridge area, his passion for the outdoors and community led him from early involvement in the Boy Scouts, Sea Cadets, and Army Cadet Corps to a notable 14-year career in the Army Reserve, culminating in his rise to sergeant and the honor of receiving the Canadian Forces Decoration for Exemplary Service. Since retiring from active duty, Monty has dedicated himself to preserving Canada's military heritage and enriching his community. Now residing in Lynn Valley with his wife Susan and daughters Isabel and Charlotte, he has played a key role in restoring the historic Allen House and actively volunteers with the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 118 and the 6th Field Engineer Squadron Museum Association. Moreover, his passion for remembrance is evident in his restoration of 2 vintage Canadian Army trucks, and he ensures that the legacy of Canada's Armed Forces continues to inspire and unite. Thank you. Now we have a bit of a family affair, so we're going to do our 2 brothers in a row here. I'd ask Dave Brewer to come up, please. Dave Brewer's search and rescue journey began in 1965, when he and a group of dedicated citizens, including his brother Jerry, who will be up in a moment. Oh, wrong Jerry.
But that's okay.
Let's find Dave, okay? Let's find, good, you got him. Okay.
Not to worry.
All these family members. The 2 of them, with a number of other colleagues from the BC Mountain Rescue Association, founded what would become North Shore Rescue. Of course, initially trained for civil defense emergencies, his focus quickly shifted to wilderness search and rescue, a commitment that has spanned nearly 60 years. Volunteering with North Shore Rescue became a second full-time job for Dave, and his passion for mentorship and leadership has left a lasting impact on search and rescue efforts across the North Shore and beyond. He was a trailblazer in search and rescue coordination. Dave played a key role in forming the BC Search and Rescue Advisory Committee, uniting volunteers, government agencies, and training institutions. His leadership helped to establish the British Columbia Search and Rescue Association, now a network of 80 search and rescue groups with 2,500 volunteers responding to approximately 1,400 operations each year. Internationally recognized, he advised New Zealand on rebuilding its national search and rescue program. He has been honored with multiple awards. He is married to Beverly since 1960, and he is a proud father and grandfather dedicated to ensuring safer communities through his lifelong service.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're so welcome,
Well
Dave.
done.
Thank you. And if we could get Jerry Brewer to now come up, please.
My younger brother.
Oh, there you go. You probably do that every time. Jerry was born on November 30th, 1934 in North Van. He doesn't mind me telling you how old he is. And he's a dedicated public servant and community leader whose career has been marked by a steadfast commitment to emergency management and community safety. From his early days as a King Scout and participant in the Ottawa World Jamboree to his professional work with companies like Bechtel, Trans Mountain Pipeline, and BC Rail, Jerry has consistently demonstrated his passion for service. After earning a public administration diploma from UBC and refining his management skills at Banff Management School, he rose through the ranks at the City of North Vancouver, from draftsman to city manager, leading key initiatives such as the Regional 911 System and Municipal Radio Utility. In 1965, Jerry became one of the 12 founding members of North Shore Rescue, an organization that has since become a cornerstone of emergency response in the region, in British Columbia, in Canada, and around the world. He's held every position from active member to team leader. Excuse me. In recognition of his outstanding contributions, the RCMP EMO building is named in his honor, and today Jerry's legacy continues through his lifelong commitment to community service, inspiring generations on the North Shore with his resilience, leadership, and passion for making a difference. We have another Jerry. We got the right Jerry this time. Warrant Officer Jerry Davidson. Jerry is a distinguished operations warrant at the British Columbia Regiment, where she facilitates training and career development with the unit. A veteran of Afghanistan, she distinguished herself during her 2008 tour, gaining the most engagements on her deployment, and served as a pioneering female tanker in 2006. Her military career is marked by competitive excellence. She has earned multiple podium finishes in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions, like ex-Relentless Warrior, and in endurance events such as the Mountain Man Race, securing first place in the Masters category, second overall for females, and helping lead her team to victory in 2023. An avid ultramarathon runner since 2011, Jerry is currently training for a challenging 125-mile race in Sedona, Arizona. Her commitment to fitness and volunteerism was instilled early while volunteering with her family at the Ironman Canada in Penticton. Jerry also champions female empowerment in outdoor pursuits by organizing female ski lessons and serving as second in charge of her mountaineering team. One of her most rewarding experiences was mentoring 40 female soldiers in Jordan, a tour that earned her the CJOC accommodation. I'm so sorry. I'll get you. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Right down here through her multifaceted career. Thanks.
Through her multifaceted career and athletic achievements, Jerry Davidson exemplifies leadership, resilience, and a passion for empowering others, both in the military and the broader community. I think that's it. Okay.
You're good? Okay. Captain Retired George Dempsey. George is a retired captain of the Canadian Armed Forces, serving for over 37 years from 1983 to 2021. Born in Larne, Northern Ireland, he immigrated to Canada in 1973, settling in White Rock, British Columbia. Throughout his career, he served in both the regular and reserve forces, with postings at CFB Gagetown, the 1st and 2nd Royal Canadian Horse Artillery Regiments in Germany, Petawawa and Shiloh, before returning to 15 Field Regiment in Vancouver. Rising through the ranks from gunner to chief warrant officer, he became Regimental Sergeant Major of 15 Field Artillery Regiment before commissioning as an officer and retiring as a captain. His operational experience includes the Gulf War and 2 6-month humanitarian tours in Bosnia. Beyond his military career, Captain Dempsey has dedicated over 25 years to community service, actively participating in pipe bands across Canada and supporting events such as Remembrance Day ceremonies, parades, and fundraising initiatives. Currently, he works with Commissionaires BC at HMCS Discovery in Stanley Park, where he continues mentoring young sailors. Residing in North Vancouver, he remains committed to fostering leadership and supporting his community with the same dedication that defined his military service. Thank you. Corporal William Diamond. Today, accepting on behalf of Corporal William Diamond is his mother, Audrey Diamond. William is deeply committed to fostering connections, between Canada and Scotland, preserving Scottish culture within Canada while representing his home country abroad. Through military service, music, education, and historical preservation, He has worked to strengthen the ties between the two nations. A passionate Highland snare drummer since the age of 10, he quickly entered solo competition before progressing to elite pipe bands, including the Dowco Triumph Street Pipe Band, one of the world's top 10. Currently, he serves as the leading drummer for the pipes and drums of the Scottish and North Irish Yeomanry in Edinburgh, Scotland. His military career began in 2019 with the Canadian Scottish Regiment, Princess Mary's, later parading with the Canadian Grenadier Guards and participating in NATO-led events in Germany, London, and the Isle of Skye. Since 2022, he has been attached to the British Army through the Canadian High Commission, working to strengthen ties between the two regiments and facilitate participation in prestigious events like the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. He holds a BA from the University of Victoria, an LLB from the University of Edinburgh, and is a Fellow of the Society of Antiquaries of Scotland, the country's senior-most antiquarian body. Thank you. Kevin Evans. Kevin is a dedicated community leader with a robust background in volunteer service and public engagement. He currently serves as Vice Chair of the Hollyburn Community Services Society and frequently acts as an MC and facilitator at community fundraisers. Over the years, Kevin has held key roles such as Vice Chair of the North Vancouver Museum and Archives Commission, President of the Rotary Club of North Vancouver, and Chair of both Operations Red Nose and the Stony Mountain Penitentiary Citizens Advisory Council. He has also contributed as Director for the Canadian Cancer Society, BC and Yukon Division, and as Governor for the Coast Mental Health Foundation. Professionally, Kevin's diverse experience spans broadcasting with CBC, facilitation, executive leader as CEO of BC Crown Corporation, and government relations. His expertise in communication, strategic planning, and organizational leadership has enriched his work both in his career and his volunteer endeavors, allowing him to make a lasting impact on the community he serves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nazreen Filsouf. Nazreen immigrated to Canada in 1985 after leaving Iran in 1982 and spending time in Europe and the United States. She committed to community service. She volunteered at her children's schools and organizations such as the North Van University Women's Club, the West Vancouver Foundation, and the Iranian-Canadian Cultural Association. She has played key roles in fundraising efforts at the Red Cross and UNICEF. She founded the Canadian-Iranian Foundation to support social and cultural integration of new immigrants through education, community aid, and scholarships. Under her leadership, the foundation has awarded scholarships to 180 students, reinforcing her belief in the power of education. A registered nurse with a master's degree in administration and education, Nazreen faced employment challenges upon arriving in Canada. Undeterred, she took licensing exams, gained experience in a group home, and eventually purchased and expanded a nursing home in 1987, providing jobs for many new immigrants and care for elders. Over the 37 years she has successfully operated this facility, her contributions to the community have earned her numerous accolades. She has received honors from the West Vancouver Municipality and multiple award nominations, and she has continued to earn those with the YWCA Women of Distinctions Award. Nazreen's story is one of courage, leadership, and unwavering commitment to make a difference, an inspiration to all who believe in the power of perseverance and community service. Thank you. Master Sailor Christian Hamann. Thank you. Christian was born in Cali, Colombia, and immigrated to Canada in 1996, eventually settling in North Vancouver. with his wife and his son. In 1999, he joined the Royal Canadian Navy as a cook, dedicating 25 years to service and rising to the rank of Master Sailor in 2018. Over the years, he played a pivotal role at HMCS Discovery in Vancouver, serving as a recruiting file manager for 7 years, where he helped over 100 new recruits join the Naval Reserve. In May 2024, he transitioned into his current role as Basic Training Divisional Petty Officer, guiding and mentoring the next generation of sailors. Driven by a strong desire to help others, challenge himself, and gain new experiences, Christian has found deep fulfillment in his military career. His service has not only provided him with valuable skills and travel opportunities, but has also reinforced his commitment to education and professional growth. Active in community outreach, he takes great pride in participating in Remembrance Day ceremonies and engaging with schools to inspire future recruits. Looking ahead, he remains dedicated to advancing within the Canadian Armed Forces, striving for excellence and continued service to his country. Thank you. Valerie Jacober. I hope I said your name correctly. Jacober, I'm so sorry. Thank you. I knew I was going to mess that one up. Valerie Jacober, thank you. Valerie was born in a segregated Houston, Texas, and raised in a family that emphasized both resilience and community service. Despite facing challenges such as a lupus diagnosis that delayed her education for 2 decades and experiencing racism throughout her life, she remained committed to fostering inclusivity and knowledge sharing. After moving to North Vancouver in 1978, she was struck by the lack of awareness about Black history in Canada, sparking her passion for research and education. Valerie began her advocacy at Ridgeway Elementary by introducing Black History Month initiatives, organizing contests, and expanding the school library resources. Her efforts extended beyond the classroom, playing a key role in petitioning for the renaming of the Harry Jerome Community Recreation Centre to honor the legendary Canadian athlete. For over 30 years, Valerie has worked tirelessly to promote inclusivity in the North Vancouver School District, leading Black History Month programs at Carson Graham Secondary and contributing to the development of the district's anti-racism policy. Beyond her work in education, she has been deeply involved in community service, volunteering in kitchens, fundraising for charities, and singing in choirs that raised awareness for important causes. Her quiet activism has helped create a culture of recognition and inclusion for marginalized communities. Even after decades of service, Valerie remains committed to learning, growing, and uplifting those around her, firmly believing that human commonalities far outweigh our differences. Valerie Jerome. This Valerie was born in St. Boniface, Manitoba in 1944, and she moved to North Vancouver with her family in 1951. She pursued a lifelong career in education, beginning as a teacher in the Vancouver system, and in 1964, and completing her Bachelor of Education through night classes and summer school. She retired in 2001 after decades of inspiring and educating young minds. Beyond teaching, she became actively involved in green politics, running in multiple elections and attending international green congresses when environmental issues were not yet widely recognized. A celebrated athlete, Valerie became the Canadian senior women's sprint and long jump champion at 15. She competed in the 1960 Rome Olympics at 16 and represented Canada in the 1966 British Commonwealth Games. She later served as chief official for jumping events at national and international competitions, including the Olympics. Her extensive volunteerism includes work with the Vancouver Writers Festival, Ballet BC, and BC Black Educators, as well as the Vancouver Youth Theatre. Passionate about preserving Black history, she has given talks in schools and community events for over 25 years and founded the Harry Jerome Commemorative Society, which led to the creation of her late brother's statue on the Stanley Park seawall. Recognized with numerous awards, including the Canada 125 Award and UBC's Faculty of Education 100 Distinguished Graduates, she recently received the Track and Field Writers of America Award for her memoir, Races. Above all, she considers motherhood her greatest achievement, raising her son Stuart as a single parent and cherishing the joys he brings to her life. Thank you. Dr. Stephen Lucas. Stephen is a distinguished public servant with over 35 years' experience in the public service of Canada, including a decade as Deputy Minister. His career spanned key leadership roles in health, environment and climate change, energy policy, and federal, provincial, territorial relations. He played a pivotal role in Canada's COVID-19 response while serving as Deputy Minister of Health from 2019 to 2024, working closely with government partners, scientific experts, and community organizations. He also held senior positions at Environment and Climate Change Canada, the Privy Council Office, and Natural Resources Canada, beginning his career as a research scientist at the Geological Survey of Canada. In October 2024, Dr. Lucas was appointed CEO of MeTax, a not-for-profit organization that fosters collaboration between Canadian businesses and researchers to drive innovation and economic growth. He also serves on the board of the Gairdner Foundation, which honors excellence in biomedical and global health research. He holds a Bachelor of Science with honors in Geological Engineering from Queen's University and a PhD in Structural Geology and Tectonics from Brown University. Mrs. Esther Yorimi Matsubuchi. Esther is a Sansei, a second-generation Japanese Canadian who was dispossessed, uprooted, and incarcerated during World War II at the age of 5. She spent her early years cooking, cleaning, sewing, and cutting hair to support her parents and 5 brothers, first while imprisoned in Slocan, British Columbia, and later on Ontario tobacco farms, as Japanese Canadians were barred from returning to the BC coast until 1949. Despite these hardships, she pursued her education and became part of the University of Toronto's second ever graduating class of dental hygienists. A lifelong volunteer, Esther has contributed to her community in many ways, including as a French immersion classroom helper, hospital chapel assistant, and cook for the National Japanese Center. She is also an outspoken social activist, advocating for justice for survivors of clergy sexual abuse, including her own brothers. Now 88 and a breast cancer survivor, Esther continues to inspire others as an original with a breast in a boat, demonstrating that there is a full and active life after breast cancer. She has paddled in North America, South America, Europe, New Zealand, and Asia, embodying resilience and strength. Sub-Lieutenant Vita Nabili. In 1993, at the age of 18, Vita moved to Canada through an arranged marriage, leaving behind her home country to start a new life. The transition to an unfamiliar culture and the responsibilities of marriage presented both challenges and opportunities for growth. Soon after arriving, she became involved with the MTO school in North Vancouver, dedicating 15 years to teaching math, science, and Farsi to elementary school children from low-income families. During this time, she balanced multiple jobs while pursuing her Canadian high school diploma, eventually continuing her education in pharmaceutical science at college and university. In 2007, Bita faced a devastating loss when her young daughter passed away from cancer. Struggling with immense grief, she sought a way to move forward and began volunteering with the Lower Lonsdale Community Policing for 2 years. The support of fellow volunteers and RCMP officers helped her navigate this difficult period. In 2010 and 2012, her life changed again with the adoption of her 2 sons, who became her greatest source of strength and motivation. Their arrival empowered her to leave a 20-year marriage marked by spousal abuse and build a supportive environment for her family. As her sons joined the Navy League Cadets of Canada, she became a volunteer instructor, further deepening her connection to the community. Despite the demands of work, medical appointments, therapies, and extracurricular activities, Bita finds fulfillment in the life she has built. Through resilience and determination, she has created a sense of home in a country that once felt distant. Lieutenant Cliff Rayo. There he is. Over his 42 years of service, Lieutenant Clifford Rayo has mentored thousands of youth and officers through the Navy League of Canada Cadet Program. With a keen ability to guide cadets, he helps those who stray find their way back while challenging those with leadership potential. He has been deeply involved in community events such as Canada Day, Remembrance Day, and the BC Lions Salute to Veterans. From 2007 to 2019, he played a key role in organizing this tribute, coordinating hundreds of cadets, veterans, and bands with precision, ensuring the event always ran on time. Lieutenant Rayo's dedication extended beyond mentorship. In 2011, he secured a Canadian flag from the Parliament Hill for the NLCC number 46 and RCSCC number 102, an achievement that typically takes decades. In 2013, he was tasked with reviving NLCC number 13 JF Williams, growing the Corps from 17 to 50 cadets. He has contributed as a head cook at cadet camps, authored approved drill and range manuals, and served as Navy League chair and security screening coordinator for New West Branch until 2024. His leadership has left a true lasting impact on the Navy League community. Did I get out of certain? Sorry. There we are. I was out of sync. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry, my bad. I was out of order there, and I apologize. Lieutenant Colin Parkinson. Thank you. Colin was born in Vancouver on May 3rd, 1960, and grew up in North Vancouver along the Capilano River. As a youth, he was active in the Sea Scouts, Navy League, and Sea Cadets, while also volunteering with local organizations. His hobbies included skiing, sailing, and kayaking. Over the years, he has remained deeply involved in community service, volunteering at Highlands United Church, serving as a director of the Artificial Reef Society of British Columbia, and working with the Navy League of Canada and Royal Canadian Sea Cadets. He has been happily married for over 24 years and has 2 daughters. Colin joined the Army Reserve in 1977 with the 15th Field Regiment, Royal Canadian Artillery, reaching the rank of sergeant. He later worked in mining exploration and with BC Ferries before joining the Canadian Coast Guard in 1990, serving as a rescue specialist and member of the Canadian Coast Guard dive team. After retiring from Transport Canada, he began volunteering with the number 46 H.C. Wallace Navy League, becoming its commanding officer in 2020. Passionate about mentoring youth, Colin continues to support young leaders through the Navy League and Sea Cadets programs. Oh, there we are. Thank you. Lieutenant Navy Carly Sussman. Carly Sussman joined the Royal Canadian Navy in 2000, while studying music education at the University of Toronto. After 9/11, she paused her studies to support Operation Apollo, Canada's counter-terrorism efforts. Since graduating, she has worked in outreach and recruiting for the Canadian Armed Forces in Vancouver, focusing on diversity and inclusion, particularly among women and Indigenous people. Passionate about youth development, Carly has volunteered extensively with at-risk youth, teaching music, fitness, and mentorship programs. Her extensive volunteer service in this area includes instructing middle school students in an inner-city youth marching band program, teaching fitness and physical education at an alternative school program for youth at risk, and nearly a decade working as one-to-one mentor for youth in the criminal justice system. She currently serves as a public affairs officer with HMCS Discovery and is a sought-after speaker for Veterans Week events. She lives in North Van with her 3 young sons, who inspire her commitment to community service. Emma Sutherland. Emma is the founder and executive director of Red Fox Healthy Living Society, a charity dedicated to transforming the lives of children and youth who face barriers through the power of recreation and mentorship. For the past 19 years, she has seen hundreds of children and youth learn new skills, gain self-esteem, and become contributors to their communities as a result of Red Fox. Red Fox has transformed the lives of children all across North Vancouver and the rest of the Lower Mainland by empowering youth through sport, employment, and leadership skills. Before that, Emma worked as a children's program coordinator at Kiwasa Neighborhood House for 10 years. She was born and raised in East Vancouver, where she still lives with her husband. Emma has a bachelor's degree in gender studies from Simon Fraser University. In her spare time, she enjoys cycling, yoga, bird watching, keeping up with current affairs, and spending time with the many children in her life. Shagan Salehi, thank you. Shagan Salehi, thank you. Shagan was born in Montreal and raised in the Greater Vancouver area. He's dedicated his career to public safety and community service. With nearly a decade of experience in corporate security, he first served as a security officer at Surrey Memorial Hospital, where his crisis management skills helped save a child's life. His swift and compassionate actions earned him the Medal of Merit from the International Health and Safety and Security Association. Most recently, as head of security for Vancouver Talmud Torah, the largest Jewish elementary school in Western Canada, Shagan played a crucial role in ensuring the safety of students and staff, particularly in the wake of the tragic events of October 7th, 2023. Beyond his professional work, Shagan has contributed thousands of hours to volunteer service. As an RCMP auxiliary constable with both the Surrey and Richmond detachments, he was recognized for his dedication to public safety, including assisting in a 5-vehicle collision on Highway 99. He also serves as a midshipman officer and standards officer with the Navy League of Canada, mentoring young cadets in leadership and discipline. Through his unwavering commitment to safety, mentorship, and leadership, Shagan continues to make a lasting impact on his community. Wayne Theobald. There you are. I'm inviting Wayne up, but he is also included here. Invisible is his wife, Lisa Monroe. She's unable to be here today, but they are both recipients and each get their own medal. So I would like to say that Wayne and his wife, Lisa, have been dedicated foster parents for 28 years, operating a level 3 specialized foster home for teenagers. A longtime resident of Lynn Valley, they have 2 children, Cole, a law student at University of Victoria, and Cooper, a surf instructor in Tofino. Lisa, a high performance level soccer player with Team Canada and at McMaster University, was a PE teacher in Richmond, while Wayne worked as a youth drug and alcohol counselor for 25 years. Both have strong ties to sports, playing key roles in reviving Argyle Secondary's football program 15 years ago, and coaching at various levels. Through their nonprofit New Direction Youth and Family Services, they run the North Vancouver Spring Flag Football League, now in its 17th year, fostering fun and inclusivity in an environment of welcoming. They also provide 5 annual scholarships to graduating players to further their education and job skills, and operate the North Shore Football Academy, a free program helping young athletes pursue football at the highest level. Their passion for sports and community outreach is evident in the countless lives they touch through their programs and their passions for active living. Richard Walton. Richard is a longtime North Shore resident and dedicated community leader with a distinguished career in public service, education, and finance. He currently serves as finance chair for the Fraser Basin Council and sits on the boards of the BC Land Title and Survey Authority and the North Shore Community Foundation. Holding a BA from UBC, an MA from SFU, and an FCA designation, he has been recognized for his lifetime contributions to his profession and his community. He also holds an ICDD designation from the Canadian Institute of Corporate Directors and was awarded the Queen's Jubilee Medal in 2011 for his service. Richard's career spans multiple fields, including teaching and administration for the North Vancouver School District, 3 terms as elected school trustee, and senior management roles in the retail, manufacturing, and technology sectors. As former mayor of the District of North Vancouver, he played a pivotal role in updating the official community plan for 2007 to 2012, shaping future growth and development. His leadership in disaster response planning earned North Vancouver the 2011 United Nations Sasakawa Award for Worldwide Leadership in Community Disaster Response. Passionate about collaboration, Richard credits the success of his tenure to the collective efforts of his council colleagues and senior management teams. Thank you. Robert Watt. I feel like Robert Watt should actually be up here because of the role that he has played, which is a wonderful traditional one. Robert is a distinguished historian, a heraldic expert, and museum professional with a lifelong commitment to preserving and celebrating Canadian heritage. In 1988, he was appointed the first Chief Herald of Canada, tasked with developing the Canadian Heraldic Authority after its patriation by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. His work shaped Canada's unique heraldic system, ensuring gender equality in symbols and integrating Indigenous cultural elements. Since 2007, he has continued his heraldic service as Rideau Herald Emeritus and has held leadership roles in heraldic organizations, including serving as president of l'Académie Internationale L'Héraldique from 2015 to 22, and the Royal Heraldry Society of Canada from 1987-88. Beyond heraldry, Robert has had a long and influential career in museums and archives, serving as curator and director of the Vancouver Museum and the president of BC Museums Association. His deep interest in Indigenous cultures led to the publication of his book, People Among People, a study of Musqueam First artist Susan Point's public art. He has also contributed to the public service as a commissioner for the North Vancouver Museum and Archives, a citizenship judge, and a member of the Advisory Committee on Vice-Regal Appointments. Since 2011, he has volunteered as the Honorary Colonel of the 11 and 12 Field Ambulance Unit, supporting military medical services in Vancouver. Joe is a dedicated advocate for youth, committed to empowering them with confidence, resilience, and the tools to succeed. Growing up in East Vancouver, he witnessed firsthand the challenges of racial discrimination, gang violence, and social barriers. Sports became his refuge, where he excelled in football, winning a provincial championship and earning all-star recognition. His athletic journey continued with the Surrey Rams and the University of Manitoba Bisons, igniting his passion for mentorship and youth development. Determined to make a lasting impact, Joe dedicated his career to working with vulnerable youth, serving as a program coordinator at the North Vancouver Boys and Girls Club for 13 years. He later co-founded Game Ready Fitness, providing a safe and supportive space for young people to build self-confidence through fitness, leadership programs, and mentorship. Partnering with the Washington Kids Foundation and the North Vancouver School District, his center now serves over 1,500 youth annually. Joe's unwavering commitment to his community is reflected in the opportunities he creates, shaping the next generation of leaders. He lives in East Vancouver with his wife Jennifer and their 2 children, Quinton and Olivia. Thank you, everybody. It was a bit of a marathon, and I appreciate your patience and your generous applause for everyone, and I deeply apologize for my coughing fit. I would like to invite Jonathan back up to say a few words, but before I do, I just want to remind everybody that we do have the opportunity to take more photographs as soon as the ceremony is over. We also have some it is fruit juice, non-alcoholic, at the back of the room, but it's sparkling to toast you with. So we hope that you will avail yourselves of that. And we have several sweet treats at the back, and you can just mill around and chat and congratulate each other on this wonderful accomplishment. We will, after Jonathan's last words, be singing God Save the King in honor of the mentor and the person to whom we are doing all this today, which is our next and future king. Thank you.
Well, last word sounds kind of ominous, but I think one of the things that I probably should have said at the front end of this is I know a few of the folks that received the award today, but actually the vast majority I've never met. And it actually was people in the community who nominated you, who actually came forward and suggested your names as people that are worthy of receiving the medal, but also the acknowledgement and the thanks on behalf of your community. So I think that's quite significant. It's not like I randomly chose you off of a list of the phone book or something. It was your peers who did that. So I do want to thank everybody for their commitments, their contributions to your community, your local community, but also to your country. Certainly, you have made a difference clearly in the lives of not only the folks who nominated you, but of many in our community. I also want to thank again our local and provincial officials for being here. I think it's a great acknowledgement of how important this is, that all of you actually came, so thank you. And yeah, I'm very interested to get a chance to chat with some of you folks after we finish this ceremony.
سپاس و قدردانی نه تنها موجب تشویق و شادی دریافت کننده مدال میشه، بلکه انگیزه است برای افراد دیگه جامعه که برای زندگی بهتر و آینده جامعه خودشون تلاش‌های بیشتری به خرج کنند.